Okay, what's up, y'all? This is Khaliq Glover, also known as Khaliq-O-Vision, and I want to welcome you to another Hangout today. And today is a Hangout that I figured it'd be perfect. I'm hurting, y'all. I'm hurting bad. I've been working like crazy, getting like about 2, maybe 3 hours of sleep a night over the last couple of weeks. Actually, I was thinking it was about a week, but this has really been a couple of weeks, and my body's starting to catch up to me. I can feel it. I'm dragging. I was debating whether to do this hangout, but quite frankly, I get energy when I do these hangouts with y'all. So I'm gonna do a short one today. This is not gonna be. We're not gonna try to break the marathon record or anything like that. Be a short one to the point. And basically, the subject I wanted it to be. What do you do when you're dog tired? Because I'm sure we've all been there at times when you've had to do something and get it done, and you just get tired and you want to bail out, but you know sometimes there's no options, sometimes there are options, and everybody handles it differently. And I thought, I'd like to talk about that a little bit because I know what I'm going through right now, and it's definitely not easy, especially when you are young, and you're full of energy and everything. You can seemingly go forever and just never run out of gas for the most part. Or if you do run out of gas, you can just pop right back up, get maybe a half hour sleep and then you're right back at it. I used to do that all the time. I would work and then take a nap for 15 minutes, half hour, and then I was good again for hours and hours. So I literally, and some of the old people like I heard Thomas Edison and people like that did that. They never even really slept. They just took naps throughout the course of the day, and they were able to go marathon lengths of time. I can't do that anymore. I definitely have tried. My mind wants to do it because my mindset is to keep pushing through, but my body is not there anymore. And and health wise, it's got to catch up to you after a while. You gotta concern yourself with it. So I figured I wanted to toss that around with a few people today, and hopefully, if you've got any thoughts on it and ways of helping yourself, ways of helping others get some energy, keep some energy, and keep pushing through. Be glad to have you share it with me. I People are rolling in right now. Dave Hampton's not going to be on today, and Bill Kamek is not going to be on today because they have previous engagements. So you know, like one of the things is when, I'm feeling dog tired, I was real tempted to just say, you know what, we ain't gonna do no hangout today. But then I was like, nah, because you guys have gotten used to us doing these every Thursday and every Sunday. And unless, now if I had some kind of business conference or a job that I just couldn't get, or in the middle of a mix and I couldn't step away or whatever, then I would have to postpone it until the next time. But this right now is just a matter of me. I've been working all day since like 5 in the morning, and then coming on here doing this. While it's a challenge, I like to push myself beyond the challenges too, and at least try to keep the consistency for you. So, while I thought about canceling it, I was like, nah, that's not good enough reason. Me being a little tired. I've been tired before, so I pushed through it. So, but if anybody got any great, suggestions and tips and tricks on how to recharge your energy, because one of the things I do is the coffee thing, like a lot of people do, the caffeine thing. But even that now at this stage doesn't work as much anymore. It'll do a quick little bump, and then sometimes I pay for it even more than having done it. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to say. Hey Joe, what do you got to say about that? Unmute your mic for a second, and let's talk about that a little bit. Maybe you can help me out a bit.
Well, there's something that I do, and I've been doing this for quite a few months now, about 6, 7 months now. And it's at 3 o'clock. I make a smoothie. It's a
Ah,
fruit
okay.
smoothie. No kidding. Yes, and it
Yeah.
consists of about 8 different kinds of fruit and 3 tablespoons of yogurt. It's just plain, no flavor yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You use Greek yogurt or the other
yeah,
kind?
Yeah, I use Greek yogurt. You got
Okay.
it. And a little bit of milk, and I blend that thing up and make one for myself and one for my wife. And one of the things is this whey protein. I guess bodybuilders use it,
Right.
but they use a lot of it. I'm only using like an eighth of a cup, for the two of
Uh-huh.
us, and that works better than coffee for me. It
Oh, okay,
has
yeah.
a much more sustaining, boost.
What about, is there any crash and burn? Because I would imagine there's a lot of, even though it's natural fructose, it's still sugar. So you need.
Um, well, I don't know if it's the combination of sugar. There's mango and strawberries and apples, bananas, and and with the protein and
Hmm.
using honey for a little extra sweetener, it's not you don't zoom up and then drop like I can do with coffee.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
yeah, I think it's the whey protein that helps sustain.
Now, what
You know,
exactly does the whey protein do? Exactly, what is whey protein?
it's curds and whey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, whey is a byproduct. That's what they get off of the cheese.
No,
And
okay.
the curds is what they press in to make the cheese, I
Yeah,
guess, right?
yeah.
I'm not a cheesemaker, yeah, they somehow powderize the whey. They dry it and
Hmm.
like freeze dry it or something, and it's like a powder. And
Uh,
you can't taste it, at least not with all that fruit. I can't taste it. Yeah, and
that's
it works
interesting.
great, man.
Yeah. And so that's a dairy product then.
Yeah, I,
Okay.
I would. It might come under that. I'd have to
Hmm.
look at at the jar.
Okay. It's
Mhm.
funny. I've always heard of curds and whey, and I've heard of bodybuilders using whey. We've seen it in the health stores and GNC and places like that.
Yeah.
Never knew what the heck it was made of. In fact, I had always thought it was some kind of a plant product or something. But
There might be more crap in it.
I
I
have no
just
clue what it was
yeah,
made up of.
yeah. But
Yeah.
that's my secret, man. It keeps me feeling good.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a bad habit for me because I get on. I got to tell you, when we were working, and I was working with Teddy Riley. He and I was like bombing 5 hour energy drinks left and right. Although he definitely had me way beat on that. I couldn't see how he could do it. I was getting scared sometimes. It's just so much. But 5 hour energy really did help get me through a lot of times I do it. I'm very careful because I know with any of those things, if you overdo it, you can kill yourself. And I ain't trying
Yeah.
to check out of here. But you know, I could tell the difference because I tried other energy drinks and I don't like any of them. 5 hour energy drink is the only one that I would ever use and like because it I guess the B vitamin complex that it has in there and
Right.
the caffeine is about the same as a cup of coffee. So the two of them, if I just take what I usually do is take one of those little bottles and I just kind of take a couple of sips, put it down when I feel I need a little boost, couple more sips.
Hmm.
But that can last. One of those little bottles can last me all day and keep me going, as opposed to just bombing the whole thing down and then keep getting more and more and more. Because then that's like drinking cups of coffee over and over again.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, but some people go through that, and I've got to admit though that's the one that works for me because as far as the advertisement, what they say that you
Hmm.
don't crash, although it's a little misleading. You don't crash if you do it like I said. I had to find out because at first I used to just drink the whole bottle, and I found out that was too much and you could crash after a while. But I find if I would sip it during the course of the day, just take a couple of sips and put it down, put the cap back on, and be done with it, I'm okay, and I don't crash and burn. Whereas anything else would just take me out of there.
Right. I tried it, but I might give it a try if you're didn't experience any side effects.
Yeah, and I would imagine it's probably just one of those things. I'm not one of those super health conscious folks, but I am a person that I make sure that I don't overly abuse my body. So I'll go on binges occasionally. Like right now, I'm kind of on a binge, and like I used to. Well, I still do. I always love cinnamon rolls, sweet rolls.
Yeah.
Well, that's my weakness. And they got a vending machine at the place where we're doing our thing that is filled with sweet rolls. So every day I've been getting a sweet roll for breakfast in the morning. Now, normally I usually wouldn't do that. You know, having sweets, you know, a couple once or twice or 2 or 3 times a week is enough for me usually. But that is like my weakness, and every time I see it, I just can't resist it through the whole day. So every day I've been having sweet rolls, and I get on the scale, and I'm just steadily creeping up.
Oh man.
But I'll knock it
My
off.
my my sweet addiction is ice cream, man.
Oh,
Every night, I think for the last 7 years, I have 2 scoops of vanilla and a scoop of chocolate.
hmm
I just that's it, man. At 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, that's where it's at for me, man.
well, that's cool. I
Hmm.
I don't know when it started happening, but could tell that I'm starting to get lactose intolerant. So you know, ice cream and stuff like that, I love it, but I could feel it messing with my stomach. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll eat ice cream maybe once or twice a month,
Hmm.
but I've got to be real careful and not eat a lot. It was funny. I used to get. Did you ever get those great big, gigantic bowls and just fill them up with scoops and scoops of ice cream? Oh, man, I
I
used to
should
do that.
I shouldn't admit this on the air, but I get the half-gallon jug and I just wrap this towel around it and put a rubber band on it so my hands don't get cold. And
Yeah.
I just eat out of that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's kind of dangerous because I go over my 2 scoop limit sometimes.
Oh yeah. Definitely. If you do that, yeah, you can't help it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I used to do that too because I love butter pecan ice cream,
Oh man, me
and
too.
you know that, but I definitely just go way overboard.
Hmm.
Hey man, well let me ask you this too. Let's talk about too. I see your studio over there, and you got some nice stuff going in there. What do you got going on in there, and how do you keep?
Oh.
You have fun and all that, but you got to keep it balanced and everything, or you'll end up being like me and be the Walking Dead. So, what you got in there, and how do you keep a balance of your fun and sanity?
Well, this is what I do every day, all day. This is my thing. So about 9 years ago, I made the decision to sell a much bigger house and consolidate. It's just me and my wife, and open a studio and move to a smaller city. I'm real close to Detroit, and a lot of talent here. And
Cool. Yeah.
I started working with veterans
hmm
because you know the guys that were in my band were all veterans, and well, have some kind of been shot up or busted up in some way or another. And the quickest way, and I would probably say if anybody wanted to cross over and bring in talent into their place that wasn't a friend or a relative, is
hmm
to go to their local VA with some respect and just talk to some of the guys there, because there's a ton of talent there, and these guys get beat up and they forget, they forget that there's more to their world than missing their legs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm being kind of blunt, but I recently just got the use of my legs back through titanium bones.
No
And,
kidding. Wow.
no kidding, yeah, and I walk pretty damn good now. And for a while there, I couldn't, and so I'm a proponent to. I like to help people out. I just do. If I have the ability to do it, then I like to get in there and see if I can make something happen.
Well, if you don't
So
mind if I ask, well, so what happened to your legs? And
uh, well, really heavy sound pressure levels. You know what I mean? Um, I got hit, and they just got busted up. Can we leave it at that?
okay, yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. I didn't mean to pry, but
Yeah, no,
um,
it's good. We're on live on air, man. So I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody with gruesome details.
oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
no problem.
yeah.
No, this it's first of all, it's like to me, it's always admirable to anybody that has to overcome something like that. But especially like you said, our veterans and people like that that go through different things, and what you're doing is admirable to make a way because our minds don't ever change, first of all. So, and I'm really one of those ones. I'm a very strong believer in the power of your mind and your will and things like that. I think people just can do amazing things no matter what. So,
Yes, they can.
yeah,
They
you know,
really
it's,
can. Yeah.
it's pretty amazing even to think that somebody invented titanium, replacement parts for people and things like that.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
it blows my mind. It does, man. I've got some old parts that my doctor was able to get to me, which was kind of neat, because I had some put in a few years back that didn't work so good.
Yeah, but
Those
they just
out.
keep getting better and better though as they learn more, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a few years back when I first got my left leg rebuilt, I was in traction for 9 months, and
Oh
I
my
had to
God.
sleep in traction for three
Wow.
of those months, and it was pretty incredible. And this last year, it's been almost a year, and
Hmm.
they completely rebuilt my left leg because it didn't work at all anymore.
Hmm.
And I was out of that hospital in 5 days, and I walked out of there. I
Hmm.
had to use walker, and I was leaning on that walker a hell of a lot, but
Yeah.
it was absolutely incredible. 2 months of physical therapy, and hell, I can walk a half a mile.
Isn't that a trip? Wow. That's amazing,
Yeah,
man.
it is. It's a miracle that I was gifted. I'll tell you that. I don't
Oh,
take it for granted.
well, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, I got the obvious thing to ask you then because
Mhm.
we for what we do, we love music and things like that. Did you write a song?
Oh, I've written a lot of them.
A whole lot of them. Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah,
You got to
I
play
don't
us
know
some
if any of
stuff,
them are
man.
good. Oh,
All
I
music is
will.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mostly play acoustic guitar.
Uh-huh.
But this group of ex-warriors that I hang out with, every Wednesday we get together and play.
No kidding.
And
Okay.
we play out at coffee shops and crap like that. And so I pick up an electric guitar every now and then, and
Hmm.
throw in some leads with some of our it's just simple. We got a bass player, two acoustic guitars, and a piano. And it's
Hmm.
a stage piano, electric one.
Okay,
It's
cool. Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
I see some of your axes right there behind you. What you got over there? What you rocking, bro?
I use a Taylor most of the time, but I
Oh,
got a
I
couple
love
extra.
Taylors, man. Wow, they're so good. I'm jealous.
Yeah. Now it's cool. I got it for my 40th birthday. I've been playing the same Alvarez for about 20 years,
Uh-huh.
and decided. I mean, it was shot, man. This thing almost looked as bad as Willie Nelson's. you know.
Oh my goodness, yeah. For real?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Oh,
real. Oh,
wow. Okay.
it's bad. It looks bad. And so
Uh,
it was time for a new one. So I ended up getting a Taylor 510 Dreadnought that I love it, man. It's a great guitar.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I fell in love with Taylor guitars too, man. So they're one of my favorites. Yeah.
My other favorite is on the wall. It's an $80 pawn shop guitar.
Pawn shop
Yeah,
special, huh?
yeah, and it had a little twist to the neck, and I got that straightened out and put some frets on it, and that thing it sounds really nice.
No
I really
kidding. Wow.
enjoy it. Yeah.
That's
It's
amazing.
real wood. Maybe that's probably why.
Yeah.
It's not any. Of course, I don't know. Nowadays, with the manufacturing process, they make carbon fiber guitars that sound great.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool,
But
man. What's the electric there?
there's those are old guitars. One's a bass, and it's a Kimber, and
Kimber.
it's a four single. The green one. Can you see that green one?
No, I can't see them. I
No.
see the one
Okay.
right here closest to you. I see the headstock.
Oh, this one. Yeah, this is the one I noodle on all the time.
Oh, okay.
this is like a little kid's guitar.
Ah,
It's literally but it weighs more than a regular Gibson Les Paul. It's
wow.
a Fender style guitar by Jay Tersner.
Okay.
And, yeah, and I use that one to write on a lot, just because I can sit, I can sit at my desk and it fits my
How many
space,
frets? How many frets is on that? About 20 frets or something?
20. I think it's got the whole 12,
24,
14,
22?
15, 17, 19, 20. 20 frets.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It works pretty good, man.
That's cool. Did you change the tuners or anything like that on it, or pickups or anything?
No, I just play it.
You just play it as it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You got it. Hey, man. It was mainly just for, I use a Les Paul when I'm playing live. But
Oh, what kind of Les Paul?
it's an old Vox from the 60s.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a, fake Black Beauty.
Okay, got you. What kind of amps are you rocking?
Fender, just a regular Fender Blues Junior.
Oh,
And
cool.
got a Fender Champ, and everything's pretty low profile, so
How do
they
you
don't.
mic your Fenders and stuff like that for when you're doing it, and do you change up for different styles that you guys are playing?
I cheat. I use a DigiDesign 11 rack,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't have to mic up anything really.
Yeah, you just
If
run
I
it
don't
into
want
that,
to.
huh?
I can run it straight in, yeah. But when I do mic, I'm using I'm just using the SM57.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Through what kind of preamp?
I like the DigiDesign. This 11 rack preamp. The
Mm-hmm.
mic input on it. I didn't use it for the first 2 years that I had it because I really didn't think it would be anything special, And it's
Uh-huh.
turned out to be one of the preamps that I put a lot of vocals through.
Is that I'm not sure, but is that by does Focusrite do that for DigiDesign? Well, Avid now, but
Avid,
I think it
yeah.
was the Focusrite hardware, wasn't it, inside of
I
that?
I don't know what's inside it, I
Yeah.
really don't. When I upgraded to Pro Tools 11, they were practically giving them away. It
No
was
kidding, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
If
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that it might have had something like their lower end Focusrite module channel strips and stuff. I think they were part of those sections like the Sapphire and stuff like that.
yeah.
I for some reason that's popping into my head. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
for some reason I'm thinking that I saw or read that somewhere about that
Yeah.
was inside of the DigiDesign 11 rack hardware. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I was just saying that to say I'm not surprised then because I always liked Focusrite stuff. Even the lower end stuff always sounded great to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I'm not. I kind of go along the lines with Joe when he said it doesn't really have to be expensive to be good.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I have an Avalon that I love. I think it's a great little preamp.
Yeah, which one do
Uh,
you have?
it's the silver one.
The
The silver.
737?
Yeah, it's got the big oval face on it.
Right. Yeah, I used to have one of them. I used to like using that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I run bass through that too. I just experiment. It really there's no rules over here.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, I was just curious about your workflow, and those of you that are just kind of joining us and checking it out, we're taking it nice and easy today. I was telling you guys I'm kind of dragging a bit today. I'm dog tired because I've been working on this big event that has like 54 high level speakers. Um, Actors, business people, athletes, and just a lot of people out there. Um, so it's been draining me. I'm even slow in my thoughts right now, so you got to forgive me. But I wanted to do this and continue on, and I'm talking along. Me and Joe were just kind of talking back and forth about how do you overcome when you're dragging like this, when you're dog tired and everything. What do you do? So if anybody got any little suggestions, Joe told me about how he likes to mix up, some smoothies with some real good healthy stuff in it, and that gives a natural kick. And the sugar from the fruits and stuff like that, mangoes, bananas, stuff like that. Then Greek yogurt and the different things that he blends in there gives you a natural boost without the big crash. And I always like those kind of things as well. And myself, I'm guilty of reaching for the coffee more than I should many times when I get like this, because it's pretty much the only thing that's immediately around. Unfortunately, I don't have any kind of blender or anything where I can juice up some smoothies. I got a
Right.
Jamba Juice, but many times I can't leave where I'm at to go there and get something freshly juiced. So
Right.
get caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh shit.
yeah,
I had
man.
to
Go
I
ahead.
had to withdraw my submission to the Pensado Awards.
You
I was
did? How
pretty,
come?
yeah. Well, when I found out that my wife had a spot on her breast that turned out to be cancer, I didn't want to chance not being able to go there.
Right. I hear you. I hear you.
Assuming that my mix would have been any good. I mean, to me, it's great. I like it, but
Hmm.
I didn't want to. You have to give your word that you're going to show up if you enter that contest, and if in case you win it, then you have to go there to get your award.
Right. Right.
And once I got that news, I decided it was best that I stay here in case if she needs me.
Absolutely. There's priorities, man. That's good, man. Good husband. How's she doing now?
She's doing good. We're going to start the radiation process next week, which that's the surgery part went great. And I guess as far as to summarize it really short, if a woman was going to have cancer in their breast, this would be the kind you'd want,
Oh, okay.
because they can take it out. It doesn't leave damage to your looks, and then a little bit of radiation just to cover the bases, and it's not so bad where you lose your hair and you get extremely ill. Although there is side effects to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, our
So she's
prayers
going to
go
be all
out,
right.
for you and your family, your wife, and
Thank you.
you know, I believe in that, the power of prayer and group putting out the energy and everything, so we will definitely do that. Anybody watching that, please do it, because it definitely works. It multiplies. But
Well,
now, Joe, I wanted to get into let's talk some music and stuff then, because
yeah.
I know that's probably a good therapy for you. Music is definitely healing and everything. So, what are some kind of things that you've been inspired with and challenged with that maybe we can talk about?
Um, as far as uh, a recent music job,
Anything, anything that
well,
comes to
recently
mind.
one of the mix jobs that I got, and it's I'm involved with the production as well, and it's a group of young folks that are into a meditative type music.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, they've got a 9-song album that they're doing with me that is all based around the ancient Solfeggio frequencies, that
Okay.
scale.
Mm-hmm.
It goes from 396 hertz to 852 hertz. And then they've picked up, just to make it a little more pleasing sounding, there's higher frequencies than 852,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh,
the main frequencies are 396, 417, 528, 639, 741, and 852. And then
okay.
they're doubling that. Like the 528 is 1052 or 56. Yeah, did I get my math right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's hovering around G, A, and C.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the keys. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's been really interesting, bringing in instruments that I've never heard of, like these bold drums and some weird shaker things and stuff like that, and stuff I've never even knew that existed, let alone thought about how I would put a mic on it.
Oh yeah, it's like give me a for instance.
Well, these bowl drums, it's like this big metal drum.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bowl made out of metal, but they use it like a drum, and it has flat spots in it, and these flat spots are the size of them corresponds to the frequency that they make when they get hit with this mallet.
What's it called?
Bowl drum is what they're calling it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm going to repeat.
Okay.
There's probably a more appropriate name. And this thing resonates so much that picking a microphone for it, I didn't have a clue. I really didn't.
What did you end up doing?
I ended up with an old ribbon mic.
That's what I was going to say. A ribbon would probably work great on something like that, or a dynamic.
I ended up with an old ribbon mic that the name is scratched off of it. I don't even know what it is. It was in the bottom of a box that I got from a roadie that works for Bob Seger.
No kidding.
Yeah, wow. No kidding. Yeah, so he gave me just a whole bunch of stuff, cables and old drum machine and a bunch of other gizmos. Yes, and I ended up using that, and that worked out pretty good.
Oh, that's cool. How did you mic it?
I ended up putting the ball on a pedestal so I could get it off the ground, so I could get it more up in the air. So frequencies would disperse better, and then I just used my ears and kept placing the mic until I found a spot where I wasn't hearing this like kind of like, have you ever filled a crystal glass and rubbed it with your finger?
Yeah, right.
And it makes that whistle sound. Well, this thing would have a tone that would come out of it that would just be constant. It would sound like one of those whistling glass things,
Yeah, like a water phone.
Yeah, there you go. And I found a spot where it wasn't there. I just kept holding the mic and with my headphones and listening.
Yeah. That's a good practice, Yeah. A lot of people don't do that. They simply do mic placement by eye. And I'm glad to hear that you did that. That's a great old school trick that a lot of people sometimes forget to do. So I could see somebody getting that thing up there, and then simply one of the other good things that you did was lifting it up, getting it up off the ground and everything, because you can control where the resonances are going, because you got all those reflections and everything. Sometimes it's good to keep it down in there, but sometimes if it can make more problems because it's multiplying on top of what's already there. And like you said, if it's resonating a whole lot, you might want to focus to control that so it doesn't just take over and swallow up everything. And so I think that was really good that you did that, getting it up and then finding a sweet spot by putting on headphones and moving the mic around until you find the perfect place for it.
I never would have guessed where the microphone ended up.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed the spot on some weird angle 3 feet above, about 12 degrees to the side. I never would have guessed something like that. I would have been there forever. Yeah,
exactly. Well, no, that's cool, man. It makes sense. What else? Tell us some more about some of these adventures here.
Well, they did have a ukulele, but it only had 3 strings on it.
No, okay. What did you make that with?
Or to stay with their ancient solfeggio frequency thing, And, I used a Michael Jolly modded microphone that I got online at eBay. And
large diaphragm or small diaphragm?
It's a large diaphragm mic. Yes, okay. And I did something that I heard Alan Parsons talk about with I don't know, I can't think of the guy's name who's this Shimabuko. He's a really credible ukulele player. Oh man, he does Bohemian Rhapsody on a ukulele and it just blows your mind. It's so good. Yes. Jake Shimabuko. something like
Okay.
that. Okay, I'm sorry, Jake. I'm butchering your name. But he mentioned that he stuck a microphone over his shoulder. So I tried it, just to try, because I'd never done that before, and that worked out pretty good.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's
Interesting.
it kind of made sense to me in a way that if when I'm playing my guitar, what ear is hearing my guitar,
Yeah, that's how you hear it.
So yeah, so I thought, well, what the heck, I'll try it. I've never done it like that before, and that ended up working out pretty good. And if I
Okay.
remember correctly, this microphone was more advertised toward like drum overheads than ukuleles,
Yeah.
but
Right. Yeah.
it worked out, and I used that Avalon preamp on that one.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, man. Well, that's very interesting and it's very cool because I used to love recording exotic instruments. They are a challenge sometimes, but they're very fun when you get it. To hear a brand new sound. We are so steeped in using samples and pre-made, prefabricated sounds. It's really nice to get to those things like that. That's like, what the heck is that? I've never seen that before, and how am I going to approach it?
Yeah, that is really neat, Khaliq. It is.
It's
I
funny. Like I think one of the biggest challenges that I faced was figuring out because it was the first time I'd ever done it, and you see it and you never think about it until you have to record it. And the first time I had to record a French horn, now that blew me away because they're actually facing to the rear, facing down into the rear.
right.
And I'd always seen them and everything, but never thought about, well, how am I going to capture this sound? And when the first thing I did was the obvious thing of just putting the microphone down by the bell was not the best sound. And then, through trial and error, me getting logical and thinking about how this thing is resonating, because I'm like, wait a minute, the audience is not laying on the floor and hearing this, and it's not blending in that way. So
That makes sense.
you got to back up. You gotta aim the mic to catch more of because there's sound coming out of the keys resonating and not out of just the end of the bell, but the whole thing. And it really became a challenge for me to figure out in my mind first what's happening with this thing, because the obvious thing was just stick a mic in the bell. And then when I did it, and it just wasn't sitting right and feeling right. It's like, okay, step back and just think about what's happening with it. And how do you want to place it in the overall context of stuff,
Well, that's unique. I've never even thought about that one either.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, you're right.
I think I may have ended up using a ribbon mic too because I'm trying to think, it was something because I needed to have the rejection from a certain angle as well. And since the ribbon has great rejection on the sides with that figure 8 pattern, I think that's what I used, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what I used.
Have you ever used these Rhodes? They're least one of the lesser expensive models. The numbers NT.
Yeah. I used to have one. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the NT. I forget what the model was. Something one might have been
One.
NT1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have one of them, and they weren't bad. I mean, especially back in the day when they first came out. They were one of the. It was a good inexpensive sounding mic, so they were pretty decent. You could get some, and a lot of people were doing that. Now, to me, these days, there's dozens and dozens of mics that compete with that now. Mics are really good, and I tell everybody right now, you pretty much can't get a bad sounding mic these days. Now they may not last a long time, and sometimes depending on how they get pushed because of the internal electronics and all that, you can break them up depending on if you use the wrong thing. But overall, you can get a good sound with microphones that cost less than $100 if you know what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, I believe you on that. I don't have anything really expensive.
Yeah.
I don't. The most expensive mic I have is that big blue bottle mic.
Yeah. Oh, blue
with
bottle.
all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
different attachments. Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
love
got
blue stuff. Yeah.
I got that from a guy that was closing his business down, and he
No
let it
kidding.
go for less than half of what it would have cost me to buy new. So I
Oh,
had to buy
great
it.
acquisition then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great. Yeah.
yeah. I think he
Uh,
won lotto because he was just practically giving his stuff away.
no
He
kidding.
just, yeah, he was like, he just was. He was just the prices were so low that it seemed like, and it wasn't stolen. That's the first
Yeah.
thing I
Right.
asked.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Can I check
'cause it
these
don't
serial
stay.
numbers real quick?
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, he had a regular studio, and in his backyard, he built a building, and it was set up nicely.
Now, where are you at?
I'm in real close to Detroit in a little city called Wyandotte.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
can see the bridge from where I live. I'm
Mhm.
right on the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, man. Is there anything any particular thing in that you want to talk about or close out? Because like I said, I'm gonna keep this short. I'm just
Yeah, that's
dragging.
fine with me. It is.
Yeah.
Um, I know I feel bad asking you this, but as busy as you are right now, this wouldn't have to happen anytime soon. But would you mind listening to my New York City
I would
track?
love to, man.
Telling
Absolutely.
me if I even came close to.
Oh, absolutely do that. In
Okay.
fact, yeah, send it to me, and I'll give you some feedback on it. But also, and I tell everybody this too, because I'm going to get back into that track even after the Pensado Awards and do some specialized hangouts to show
Mhm.
some insider things about how I would have approached it, or whatever. And not to say that it'd be any more right or more wrong. It's just going to
Sure.
be my approach to it and why I'm thinking of some things and how I'm going to solve certain problems, certain things that I think people may have missed, certain things. When exactly is when is the actual awards themselves? I
I
forgot the date.
28th, I believe, of
That's what I
this
thought.
month.
Yeah, the end of the
Yeah.
month. Okay, yeah, because I want to go down there and see, but I'm very curious to see what ends up finally winning because there's a lot of stuff that could be done on that song, and there's a lot of there's a whole range of mixes the way people approach it, but the one thing that Dave said he wanted to see is the people that think outside the box and come out with something that grabs your ear, something that's different, so that it doesn't sound like the same as the 5 billion other submissions that everybody else makes. It just sounds good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most people are mixing. I've seen a lot of that where they're mixing it and mixing it to make it sound good, but I think the real key, the winner, is going to mix it and make it have character too. And the
Right.
person that does that is really going to help that song go because there's some stuff in there that can really have some character that can come out in a big way. But it takes some time and some imagination to do it. It goes way beyond just making it sound good.
Yeah, that's. I don't think I really fit the bill there as far as the. I tried to bring out the character of the song and what I thought was there, without changing anything. It's
Hmm.
very strictly following the rules.
Right, right, right.
Um, the it was a very challenging song to say the least.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, that's why
I
I
did.
love it. That's what I say. I want to revisit it because it is very challenging,
Hmm.
and I'm very excited to see who they finally end up picking because I know they're
Yeah.
going through a serious process, and so whoever finally gets through there, they overcame a lot, and so that's
Yes.
somebody to look out for. Is like I'm really curious to see what the final thing is.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well,
And
hey man,
let's
I'm gonna
call it.
wrap it up if you're
Okay.
good.
I'm good.
Feel free to send me. You got my email, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I'm not sure which one you want me to send it to.
the Khaliq at Khaliq-O-Vision.com. Do you have
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, I
Okay, yeah,
sure
yeah,
do.
yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Send it to me anytime, man, and definitely I want to do what I can help. Anybody else that wants to send me some stuff too. In fact, let me see if I can put something up here where you guys can kind of see it real quick if anybody wants to contact me. Let's see, I think I got it over here. This one. Yeah. So there goes some things that you guys can check out. There's my email on there, Khaliq@Khaliq-O-Vision.com. And if you're not on my Hangouts list so that you can be notified, go to mymusichangouts.com, and then that way you can get on the notification list. So when I'm doing these, you'll be notified. And I do them pretty regularly every oh, here goes my what's up? And I do these pretty regularly every Thursday and every Sunday, usually, unless something comes up business-wise or whatever. That's what we're doing here. So anyway, let me get on here. Let me say what's up to Mr. Hotep. What's going on, man?
Bruh, I apologize. I'm over here doing songwriting training, and people are saying there's all these graduations going on, and I looked up. I said, "It's what time?" And I didn't get any alerts or anything. So I was hoping that you were still on. I got a message here just now saying that you were going to do a short hangout.
Yeah, we're about to wrap it up. In fact,
you done?
I said we're about to wrap it up real soon. Yeah. We were just when you came on, we was just getting ready to say. That's why I'm showing an email and all that.
Wow. All right. And hello, Joseph.
Hey, Mike.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to be down in your area on the 14th, Khaliq.
You're going to Andrew Shep's thing at Westlake?
That's on the 12th.
Oh, is that the 12th? Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's on the 12th, and I might be going to that. That's what I want to know. Are you going to go? Any chance that you might go to it?
I'm not sure, because I'm doing this mega global radio summit right now with Raven, and we got 50-something folks. It's been amazing. My hangout today was about what do you do when your dog tired? I've literally been getting 2 hours of sleep, and I'm dragging badly, so I may take off next week. I'm not sure yet, but that's a Thursday, the 14th, right?
Bruh, you asking the wrong brother.
I think that is, so that's probably a hangout day anyway. Let me see. Oh, no, the 14th is a Saturday. Okay.
The 14th, I believe, is SAE, I believe.
That's what it is. I've got to do. I'm on the panel at SAE. That's what I've got to do.
Yeah, that's part of why I'm going, because you're going to be there. And then that was my memory. You or Dave was going to be there, and I can't remember who's going to do what.
Yeah, we're both going to be on the panel.
So then it is you. You are going to be there. And then the Andrew Chefs, I'm signed up for it on like a day or two before, something like that. But like I said, bro, my head's all up in songwriting right now. I just bought a book on songwriting by Robin Frederick. And hard copy. I'm actually going to be in the book reading instead of on the internet. But so anyway, I'm sorry.
Let's talk about that on Sunday. That'd be cool. I love songwriting. So if you found a good book, I never heard of that book. So maybe let's toss it around a little bit.
It's Shortcuts to Hit Songwriting.
Okay.
I keep for about 2 years. I keep reading little excerpts, little things from her that are very helpful.
Yeah.
So then I just saw some videos, and I was like, okay, I submit. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the book.
Yeah.
It's when somebody shows you quality stuff, it's like, you go ahead and invest in yourself. Take the leap. And so, it was like $34 on Amazon or something.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm done reading, you can have it. Well, I shouldn't say you can have it. I will sign it, and then when people come over to your house and see it, they can say, "Oh, Mod Hotep, you know him."
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I'll get it. I'll read it. I'm sharing it with my crew. We're going to use it as a tool, as a crew, so everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, let's talk about some best stuff from it. Some of the things that pop out as the best of from that book.
Absolutely, bro. Of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That'd be real cool, man.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
You got to keep it short. My bad. I done missed
Yeah,
it.
man. I got to get me some rest or
I
something.
can your eyes starting to get a
Yeah,
little
yeah. I
more
was
closed since 45
closing
minutes
up.
ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
started at least at half mast. Now they're like slits,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
bags and all that. And I'm seeing, and I got the I need a shave cam going on today and everything. Yeah.
That A1 song that we played, they fixed it. The only thing
Oh,
somebody said
cool.
they should have put phasers or something on the hi-hat to add movement since they were
Hmm.
so staticky, the same little things like that. And whatever they said, I forwarded it to Dre. But I'm
Oh,
gonna put
cool.
that inside of students and have them rip it apart.
Okay.
Everybody likes it. There's a bunch of stuff you can rip apart on it, and just see what everybody says, get some ideas. And I'll,
Yeah.
I'll get you the final version. I'll make sure you have the final version.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Cool, cool. All right, well, gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and nod out. Well, I ain't going to nod out, but I'm going to chill. I got to sit in front of the tube and watch some dumb stuff.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. Yeah.
See you
Y'all have
later.
a good
Bye
night.
bye.
Thank you, Khaliq. I'll catch you later.
Thank you, bro.